Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight? It's good to have you join me live. Awesome. So, tonight I want to come and talk to you shortly, or actually read to you a chapter of my book called The Law of Creativity. The Law of Creativity. I want to read a quick excerpts of it, chapter 2 of the Law of Creativity. Chapter 2 says, the illusion of impossibilities. The illusion of impossibilities. I want you to invite somebody to join us as we go through this. Let me try and
take a picture on TikTok and then let it see what song it chooses for you.
Go live on TikTok as well. The illusion of impossibilities. The illusion of impossibility. I want you to invite somebody to join us. Impossibility. And let's go live here as well. So again, welcome to my broadcast here. I'm reading to you The Illusion of Impossibility. I have a question for you. And the question is, who decides what is possible? Who decides what is possible? You've probably never bothered to ask this question, but tonight, or whatever the time zone that you are in, I want you to take a moment. Maybe you are driving home. Maybe you are home trying to get some dinner. But whatever you are doing right now, this is a question I want you to think about. Who decides what is possible? Is it science? Is it history? Is it society? Is it culture? Who decides what is possible? Or is it something entirely different? We live in a world where the word impossible is casually thrown around. Everybody says, oh, this is impossible. And these words being thrown around shapes our beliefs about what we can and what we cannot. Yet, if there is anything that history has taught us, it's that impossible is often just an illusion. It's a limitation created by our own minds, by fear, or by the conditioning of others. Every great achievement, invention, or breakthrough was once labeled as impossible. In chapter 1 of this particular book, I talked about how in 1954, a young man for that matter, by name Roger Bannister, broke the word impossibility, because in before 1957, for centuries and centuries and thousands of years, human beings and science, doctors, experts believed that the human heart has not the capacity to run a 4-minute mile. There is a sun here. Let me turn my thing on. There you go. Much better. Right? Excellent. Right? So, science and society and the so-called experts believed that the human heart has not the capacity to run a 4-minute mile. But once somebody dared to break that limitation, everybody started breaking it, to the point that now even high school students are running 4-minute miles. I even tried. I got very close. I did 5 minutes. I couldn't do 4 minutes. I'm a runner, if you care to know. So, every great achievement, invention, or breakthrough was once labeled as impossible. Flying in the sky was labeled as impossible. How can people fly? When Henry Ford decided to put an automobile on the road, they said, how can that be possible? It's horses that we ride. The best we can do is to put a cart behind the horse and drag people around town. It's not possible for a metal with an engine in it to be on the road and carry people around. They said it's not possible. Harnessing electricity by Thomas Edison and communicating instantly across continents were all considered as wild fantasies before someone dared to challenge the illusion. So here is the truth. The word impossible doesn't reflect reality. I want to say it for somebody who have not heard me. The word impossible is a fantasy. It is an illusion. There is nothing like impossible. It reflects only a perception. And that perception can change. Therefore, it is time to change your perception of what you have labeled as impossible. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the origins of impossible. From a young age, we are taught to accept certain limits. Don't dream too big, they say. Be realistic. These words often come from people who mean well, yes, from friends, from teachers, from family members, parents, and from the community in which we grow up in. And their goal is to protect us from disappointment because somebody tried and failed. And for that reason, they told us we cannot do it. The goal was to protect us, but they unknowingly planted seeds of doubt in the attempt to shield us. We learn to believe that some things are just beyond our reach, and over time, these beliefs harden into facts in our minds. And the result, we stop trying. We dismiss our dreams before we even give them a chance. Let's look at this story real quick. A baby elephant is chained to a wooden peg. You've probably heard this story before. The baby elephant does not have the strength to break free at that tender age, and thus it is kept bound by the chain on the stump of this wooden peg. This is very popular in India because they use elephants a lot. A few years later, the elephant is big and strong enough to pull up the whole tree. Yet, whenever it's tied to the small wooden peg, it seems weakened and unable to set itself free. It's not only humans that are conditioned. Every living thing can be conditioned. You know that when you grow a tree, and in my village, we used to do that. If you want the tree to bend itself, you hang rocks. You get big rocks, you tie a rope in the middle of it, and you hang it on the branches of the tree so that it bends to create a shade. You know, when you do that for a while, you take the rocks and the rope from the tree, and the tree begins to grow and do like that. Oh, this world is beautiful. When you take time to understand how this world works, it will amaze you. Right? So, the elephant is conditioned at the tender age, and now that it's grown and it's strong and it has the power and the capacity to pull this stump up, it still feels like it is weak. The key is the mindset. Since the elephant struggled to break free as a baby, it still believes that the little stump wooden peg is a limitation that can never be broken. This is our exact experience. The limitations we face from childhood become strongholds in our minds, and it perpetuates a sense of limitation. That even though you are old now and you can do so many things, you are gifted, talented, yet you feel like an imposter when you try something. The low self-esteem is still there. The feeling of fear, of failure, and all of these things begin to hold you back. But tonight I came to you with this, that the limits you believe were taught to you. Let me say it louder. The limitations you have believed were taught to you. Somebody taught you that limitation. It is not real. I ask the people that I coach, I ask them this question all the time. What is your favorite food? And if you are watching me now, I'm asking you that question. What is your favorite food? And some of you, you can put it in the chat if you want. Right? What is your favorite food? You may say rice, fufu if you are from Africa, or something else, right? And the next question I have for you is, you are lying. That's not your favorite food. You might argue and say, that's my favorite food. No, it's not. The reason I'm completely different. Meaning, that which you think is your favorite food was because of the environment in which you grew up in. Meaning, whatever you have adopted, accepted as your identity, as who you are, were all taught to you. Am I trying to say that we should throw away our culture and all of those things? No. But you grow to a place or a point in your life, and when you realize that the things you have been taught have become a limitation, then it is time for you to reassess yourself and say, never again, not anymore. It is time for me to break free. It is time for me to reset my mind. A good friend wrote a book. He said, Mind Reset, harnessing the transformative power of your mind. Let's look at the stories we tell ourselves. Think about a goal or a dream that you've put on the shelf. Something you've told yourself is out of your reach. Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe as simple as even starting your own podcast or your own TikTok channel. You have something to share to the world. You are gifted. You are skilled. You can probably sing. You can crack jokes. I think I'm planning on creating a platform for just jokes. An app for just jokes. You come there and all you see is people cracking jokes. Right? So you may think it's out of reach, writing a book or achieving a level of success you've only dared to imagine. What is the story you've told yourself about why you cannot do that? What have you been telling yourself? What excuse have you given to yourself? One of my own quotes, I say that if you can excuse yourself, if you can find an excuse, you have excused yourself. If you can find an excuse, you have excused yourself. What story have you been telling yourself? Is it because you think you are not talented enough? Because the timing isn't right? You are too old, you are late to the party. Everybody is doing that which you think you could have done but never did, and so now you think you are late. No. These stories feel so real and it looks like it is true. And the reason why it sounds so real and true is because you've repeated them to yourself over and over and over and over and over again. But all that they are is stories. They are fairy tales, if you will. And like any fairy tale or story, it can be rewritten or it can be told in another way. Tonight, I want to end it here. I will come again to you at midnight. But as I end it, I want to say this, that one of the most dangerous phrases in the human language is, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. The moment you tell yourself that and you accept that, you have handed over your power. When you can have somebody to blame or a story to excuse you, you have handed over your power. When we go all the way to Genesis, in the beginning, the man said, it is the woman you gave me. The woman said, it is the serpent. Whenever you can find an excuse, you have given up your power. And you've locked yourself in the prison of impossibilities. But when you challenge it, when you dare to ask, what if that is not true? Then you open the door to a whole new reality. Tonight, May you open a door to a whole new reality for yourself, because that power is with you. There's a story in the Bible that challenges me a lot. The woman with an issue of blood. The woman had told herself, or her culture and community have told her, that the only way she can be healed from the bleeding, the hemorrhage, was to go see doctors. And for 12 years, she went and spent all her money on doctors. But one day, she said to herself that enough of the doctors, I will take a new approach. I have heard of a man named Jesus who walks through the city, and I've heard of the wonders and the miracles that he performs. So today, if I can maneuver my way and touch the hem of his garment, I know something miraculous will happen to me. And she did that. And when she did it, she got her healing. And the amazing thing is that Jesus never said, "Oh, see how powerful I am. I have healed you." Jesus said, "Your faith has made you whole." Because you told yourself a new story, a different story, it has brought deliverance to you. Tonight, I encourage you, I urge you, tell yourself a different story, and you shall see the deliverance that will come your way. You are blessed in Jesus' mighty name. I love you, and I'll see you at 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Go make it happen. Bye-bye.